Welcome to the Campfire. Today we're analyzing District 16 6A. The teams in this district include Bridgeland, Cy Lakes, Cy Park, Cy Ranch, Cy Springs, Cy Woods, Langham Creek, and Waller. Let's begin by taking a look at these teams in our film session presented by the Houston area Chevy dealers. 16 6A almost always provides fireworks at the end of the year as several teams fight for postseason spots in Week 11. However, no such drama in 2024. Bridgeland raced through district play unscathed at 7-0. The Bears' strength last year was a huge offensive line, which provided ample time for the Bridgeland offense to operate. This year's primary unit may be the defensive backfield with Braden Graves and Nicholas Bright. The Bears will need new players to step up on offense, but look for Lonnie Madison's bunch to be in the running for a district title once again. Cy Springs brings back the district's best player in Paris Melvin Jr. He's the ultimate athlete, and combined with quarterback Jared Hager, the Panthers will be a tough opponent. Cy Woods has a new coach, but they should be in the running behind offensive MVP Darian Rogers behind center. Cy Ranch was the final playoff team a year ago. Defensively, they're led by linebackers Aiden Combs and Calvin Thomas. If you're looking for a sleeper in this district, how about Cy Lakes? The Spartans bring back receiver Courtney Lewis and can make a run at postseason. Waller is excited to have 3 more years out of Offensive Newcomer of the Year TK Gaines as their signal caller. Langham Creek has some experience coming back on the offensive line, while Cy Park will be looking for a victory in 16 6A after going winless the entire 2024 campaign.
The film session is presented by the Houston area Chevy dealers. Together, let's drive. Players on the Rise is brought to you by Parker University. Check out our bachelor's degree in strength and human performance today. The Campfire is brought to you by DQ for treats and eats before and after the game.
For an even deeper look at 16 6A, here's producer Ward Fasold and Matt Stepp from Dave Campbell's Texas High School Football with the district breakdown.
All right, Stepp, we're into 16 6A, the Cypress district, mostly Cypress. We got Waller in there too. But let's talk about, and I almost want to start with Waller because I got some athletes coming back. But let's talk about Bridgeland because last year Bridgeland carried the district with their huge offensive line. I know a couple of those guys are gone. What are we looking like with the Bears?
Obviously, I think, they made a great run last year to the regional final and actually gave Duncanville a pretty good tussle there for a while there in the regional final. I think you'd be crazy to dismiss Bridgeland and think just because they lost a lot with graduation that they're going to be down. I mean, they bring back offense. They've got Cash Schwab and Alex Spence Myers are 2 running backs who are back. Tyler Beagle, who's been basically splitting times with Jet Lewis the past 2 years, is ready to take over the offense full time. He's got a ton of experience. Even as a backup, he threw for 13 touchdowns last year. They've got a JV that was 10-0, so they're going to be filling in nicely. I think the big key for Bridgeland is going to be defensively. They lost a lot. They graduated 8 starters. They've only got 3 back. So especially that front 7, that's where the question marks are with the Bridgeland Bears going into 2025. And I think those questions open up the door for Cy Ranch to maybe be the district favorite in the preseason. Coach Will Blaylock in his first year did a great job. They went 8-4, lost in the second round of the playoffs. They've got 12 starters back, 8 on the offensive side of the ball. And what was really interesting about Cy Ranch last year is Blaylock did that basically with no offseason. He got hired, and Cy Ranch went through spring football even though the job was open. So he took over and basically had to kind of get everything going on the fly. Full off season in his system. Ranch is going to be a problem. They are loaded with talent. If I'm picking the district 1 through 8, Wizzy, I'm going to go Cy Ranch 1. I'm going to go Bridgeland 2. I'm going to go Cy Springs 3. I'm going to go Cy Lakes 4. I'm going to go Cy Woods 5. Waller 6. I'm going to go Langham Creek 7. And then Cy Park rounding it out at 8.
We'll post the entire breakdown segment this Wednesday on our social media pages. Now let's take a look at some game changers in our Players on the Rise, presented by Parker University. 16-6A's MVP from last year returns as Paris Melvin Jr. from Cy Springs is back to wreak havoc. Put him anywhere on the offensive side of the ball, and Melvin will excel. He rushed for almost 1,100 yards and 18 touchdowns as a runner. Paris caught 22 balls and 3 more touchdowns as a receiver. Melvin even threw a touchdown pass a year ago. He is a highlight waiting to happen and has offers from Texas A&M, Ole Miss, and Houston, among others. At Cy Woods, Darian Rogers is a big man with a big arm at the quarterback position. Rogers was 16-6A's offensive MVP. He threw for over 2,300 yards and 28 touchdowns. He also ran for 500 yards and 12 more scores. He's impossible to stop in short yardage situations. The Wildcats have a new head coach for 2025, but with Rogers behind center, it should be a smooth transition offensively. One of the best linebackers in the district is Calvin Thomas of Cy Ranch. Thomas finished his junior year with 69 tackles, 8.5 tackles for loss, and 7 sacks. Calvin also recovered a fumble and made a pick. Strength, power, and quickness are his claim to fame. And if he gets to the quarterback, that man is going down. Thomas has offers from Syracuse, Georgia, and Missouri, among others. One of the co-defensive newcomers of the year was Bridgeland safety Braden Graves. Braden is a full contact hitter, meaning when he meets you in the open field, you'll feel his physicality. Graves still has 2 more years in the Bears' defensive backfield, which is a blessing to the coaching staff because Braden has a high football IQ. Graves has offers already from Houston, Kansas, and Oregon State, among others.
The film session is presented by the Houston area Chevy dealers. Together, let's drive.
Our Ward Fasold caught up to Bridgeland head coach Lonnie Madison to talk about his Bears in our Media Day segment.
All right, we are talking 16-6A with Bridgeland head coach Lonnie Madison, and the man is kind enough to catch us even though he's on vacation, trying to relax, trying to keep his mind off of football for a little bit, and I'm bringing him right back around to football. Coach, thank you for joining me, and talk to me about your Bridgeland squad going into this year, because last year kind of coasted right through the district. I don't want to say coach because you'll say no game was a coach, but 7-0 is a pretty solid start for a 16-6A that always has fireworks.
Yeah, absolutely. Like you said, it's never a coast when you're playing district rivals every week. We've been 7-0 the last 2 years, so we're 14-0. But in that stretch, we've had to win probably at least 2 or 3 games, kind of in the last minute, last second field goal, those kind of things. So the kids have kind of shown the resolve to close out those tight games, and we look for another tough district this coming season as well.
Perfect, Coach. I'm gonna let you go back to relaxing. I feel bad about pulling you off the beach or the boat or wherever the heck you were. I appreciate you joining us, and we'll definitely be seeing you down the line.
Thank you. No problem at all. Appreciate you having me on.
You can catch the entire interview Friday on our social media channels. Hey, that'll do it for this week's Campfire. Next week, we'll take a deep dive into 17-6A. Until then, have a great week, everybody.